Hi there. Thank you so much for listening to Grounded in Maine today. My name is Amy Bolduc. My guest today is Lindsey Turnbull, who I found on Instagram. Lindsey is her business is called From Here to Home Essentials, and it's not like a brick and mortar store. She works out of her home, but she offers refills and not just refills, but delivered refills, which we were just talking about this, and I was like, that would be such a smart business idea for someone in a city, especially. But yes, I love it. I love it so much. And Lindsay, you are also you're an activist. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm thrilled to learn more about you and hear what you have to say.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. I love doing podcasts.
Yeah.
So I joke about like the delivery that when people are like, "Oh, I don't get the concept," and I'm like, "Oh, it's like the milkman days, but with like better politics, you know?" So that's how I try to like th tell people to think about like the circular economy model that I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, so we were talking a little bit before recording that there's a farmer's market like an hour from me in the mountains, and it's a very cool farmer's market. But when I was first researching to find a refill store, I didn't even tell you this part. So I was like, it's open from 10 till noon on Saturdays. And then the other time was like Wednesday, and I'm like, how do I like even schedule that? But if there was a delivery option, there's a whole different situation. Like, give me this. Like, I'll have this and this and this, and I can give you jars or whatever. Um, but I think that delivered refill stuff is super, super convenient.
Thank you. That's what I try to tell people. I think getting people on board because it is still like a lifestyle change. I do think that it's challenging for a lot of people. Plus, I live in the DC area, and right now, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and maybe chaos. It's chaos right now. And so I think like currently people are kind of focused on, their immediate happenings and their immediate situation. But I do try to tell people like, let me do this. Like take it off your list, outsource it to me. I'll drop everything off at your door and you can just all you have to do is like, stick your arm outside and pick it up. And I live in like like I live in the burbs, I guess technically, but it's like a pretty compact area, so I can like serve a lot of people like just in my little community.
For sure, for sure. And so what types of things do you offer for refill?
So for refill, I started out with like a really small line. So I have hand soap, dish soap, Castile soap, laundry detergent, and surface spray that I do refills. And then I also have some like zero waste accessories. So like your dish brush, your Swedish dishcloth.
Gotcha.
I've got the shampoo and conditioner bars. I've got the laundry powder because that's my favorite, but
Yeah,
like whatever you do you. People like the liquid, so I got the liquid. So like I have a different like accessories as well as just like the straight liquid refills.
okay.
So
I love that. And
helping
I love
people
that.
swap slowly but surely, helping people swap over.
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of how I understand it. You know, it's not like a throw everything away and start fresh. It's like use everything up, and as you're using something up, just pick something else up and try something different. I love the Swedish dishcloths. I'm such a fan. I put it off for a long time, and I was buying compostable sponges because the sponge fits in my hand so well, and I'm like, that's just so big and bulky, but it is so like cushy, and I just like it a lot.
So my favorite thing to use Swedish dishcloths for is like if you buy lettuce, I highly stick one in with the lettuce and
To
it like
absorb the
absorbs the water and it keeps your lettuce like crispy. So that's my
Mm.
favorite thing. Like I don't necessarily use them for
Cleaning.
I mean I have a couple, like I bought a big
Yeah.
pack of them. So I have like one that lives in the sink, but then I have one that
It's just for lettuce.
yeah, that lives in the lettuce.
Awesome. I like that too. That's smart. I mean, I know in the past I've done like paper towels, but I don't do paper towels anymore. So
I still have paper towels because I can't with the dog. mess and not have a paper towel.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm not washing the dog poop. Like I just can't. That's a bridge too far for me. But we do our best.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's exactly. I mean, we just do as much as, we do the best that we can. And my dog doesn't have accidents, so
Yeah. He doesn't very often, but sometimes he will like eat a giant something and then like throw it up
yep.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
And so you do refill subscriptions?
I do. I just started this because again, I'm trying to find ways. So this is my spiel, right? So refill stores and refilleries, like there are only so many products that are made in bulk quantities, and there are only so many zero waste products that exist.
Hmm.
And a lot of them do last a long time, which is great for the consumer.
Hmm.
As a business owner, it can be kind of a struggle. And so I was trying to think like outside of the box as like different ways to reach people and also to make refilling easy
Hmm.
because, when we have all these big box stores, we're not going to like 10 different stores like back in the day, like going to the butcher and then the bread store and then the whatever. So like trying to make it easy as like, just going to the grocery store and like throwing a
Right.
hand soap in your cart. And so
Yep.
like one way I was like, oh, I should just like subscriptions and then you don't have to think about it. And then I deliver those as well. So then, like every month, you just get what you need right to your door. So
Yeah. Do you offer shipping?
I don't ship the liquids currently.
Okay.
Like I ship all the accessories, all the solid like shampoo bars and stuff.
That's what I was getting at. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry. The shampoo
Yeah,
bar.
no, I would love like I know there are other refilleries that do ship liquids and they have like a system to like return to get the pouches back and things like that. But I've mostly been using like upcycled sanitized. I clean them really
Yeah, yeah.
well. Glass jars.
Nice.
And they're really heavy to ship. And I worry about them breaking and someone getting, like a box of
Oh
broken
my
glass
gosh.
and goo.
Yep. I've done that. I mean, I
Yeah.
have a jam business and I would ship jam and it would be just disgusting when someone opened it up and I felt horrible. But
Yeah.
no, I
So
was thinking
I
of like the shampoo bars.
Yeah,
Um,
so the other stuff I do ship, and that all holds up really well in the mail. But the glass, like, it's just so heavy that it's not really cost efficient,
oh my
like, to the
gosh, yes.
consumer.
Oh
So,
yes. Absolutely. And so I want to hear how you got to this. Um, I mean, I'm not sure what you were doing before you had the From Here to Home Essentials, but just sort of like, you know, we all have this sort of turning point where we're like, just like everyone else, and then one day you're like, "Ooh, I have to make a change." Do you have that story? Like, how did you end
yeah,
up with
that that
this
that's my
store?
2019 story.
Oh,
Like that's
yay! All
So
right.
yeah, I mean, my background is not in this at all. I actually went to school for history. Like I have a master's in history. I studied representations of race and womanhood. So I'm angry all the time. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like constantly I have a tick. But anyway, um, so I did that, but then I've always been like a crunchy granola, save the planet, tree hugger. I can commune with the animals kind of person. And I randomly applied to this like sailing trip called X Expedition. And I just applied on a whim. I was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be crazy to go sail around and like study plastic? And I was chosen, which was insane. I did not in a million years think that I would be picked. And so for 3 days, I spent on a 72-foot sailboat with like 11 other women, 12 other women. And we were taking samples of stuff like from different parts of the water column. So we did like a trawler for the surface, and then there was like this Niskin bottle that would do a sample from the middle layer, and then like a big kind of looked like a construction clampy thing that would go and scoop up a sediment sample, and we would process them on our sailboat, and then they would be preserved to be sent off to be analyzed and studied for microplastics and nanoplastics. And the entire mission was supposed to be 200 women, 20 legs, 2 years around the world. So I was on leg three, leg four got off, and then COVID happened. So unfortunately, the rest of the trip was
Canceled.
canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not just the logistics of bringing people from around the world, like to be in a teeny tiny boat, but also then taking those people to like, they had planned to go to like very, very remote islands that like, don't necessarily have
Mm,
great medical infrastructure. And it's like, it's not really
too
very
risky. Yeah.
ethical. But yeah, so initially it was supposed to go through all five gyres and so the part we did around Antigua and it was supposed to go like down and around to like Fiji and all the way back to the UK where it started. Yeah, so it was a really amazing experience. And one of the things that stood out to me was like, one, we would be in the open ocean and you would just see like a cup and you're like, oh, gross. Like just how much
That's
like
really far from land.
yeah. I mean, and we weren't like super far, like we weren't like the leg in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or
Right,
anything,
right.
but still it's like I can't see land. Like why is there a styrofoam cup here? Um, and then processing some of the samples and we're just doing this with the naked eye, like not even a microscope and just seeing like how much plastic is in the samples. And then the final thing was we did a beach cleanup on this island I mean, Antigua is an island, but another island that's a part of Antigua. And we were told, like, oh, it's a private island. You have to get like a permit to go there. It's only for like kite surfing and windsurfing. Like, nobody goes there. It's not public. You're not going to find anything.
Oh,
We did like on 100-foot stretch of beach, we had six like bags, like as big as I am,
oh,
full of garbage. And it was all kinds of stuff. Like it was normal, like flip-flops, soda bottles, like stuff.
no.
Like broken bottles. I pulled so much glass out of the water. Like a lot of shipping netting situation, like a whole roll of like netting for that would like go around a pallet. We found tires, like so much stuff. And this is an island where no one lives.
Right.
You
No
have to
one's
have a
even
permit.
allowed there.
No one's even allowed there, right? So all this crap. I mean, probably some of it, yes, was left by like people that go there to kite surf or go there like on their yachts and are like, just kind of there illegally or whatever. But people don't live there. Like this is just crap that like blows off of boats and or like falls off the back of a shipping like container boat and
Yeah.
washes up on what was otherwise probably one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life. And it was like still full of garbage.
Wow.
So,
Wow. And so that inspired you. You're like, this is a problem.
yeah, like I came home and we went, my boyfriend and some friends, we went to like an arcade and I was just like, it was like a movie, where you like take the glasses off and you're like, oh my God, this is so much plastic and it's everywhere and like it never goes away. And then it's in the ocean and then it's in us and it's in the animals. It's just like, this is terrible. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? So that was kind of the moment where I was like, that planted the seed to be like, oh, like I have to do something about this.
Wow. Wow. Then that was just 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days. Wow.
Yeah, 3 days. And yeah, I mean, I went to our recycling center too, like on a whim. Like I've been twice now. And the second time I went with the Sierra Club, and I'm pretty sure the recycling man wanted to like chuck me into the sorting machine because I was quite obnoxious. But just seeing how much crap, like how much garbage that we are paying to throw away.
Right.
And then eventually, like most of it is not actually being recycled. And then it just like comes back to poison our land and our water and our air and our soil and us and everything we eat. And like this sucks.
Oh, that's so hard. That's so heavy to take on. But I think that, it's important for some people to, well, I mean, we should all know this, of course, but like for people like you to hear this and see this and be like, this needs to change. Like people need
Yeah.
to know that this is happening.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so, on that note, do you want to tell us about the recycling myths?
yeah, nothing is getting recycled. No, I don't want to say nothing is getting recycled. It's estimated that like less than under 9 or 10% of all plastic ever made has been recycled. And recycling kind of started as this idea pushed by, it was like DuPont and Chevron, like all the big oil companies that started producing plastic. And consumers started to see like how much waste that it was causing, like landfills, this was still around in the 90s, like, oh, landfills are bad, like you should recycle. But even as early as like the 70s and the 80s, these executives knew that recycling, the way that we are told it works, was not sustainable. It's super labor intensive to sort and energy intensive to actually turn those plastics into something new. And every time you recycle plastic, it degrades. So, unlike aluminum, where a can can become another can or a glass bottle can become another glass bottle, a plastic bottle like doesn't necessarily become another plastic bottle.
Right, because the
Or,
plastic is less, it's what is I can't think of the word, but it's like it's less strong. Like that
yes,
the plastic fibers or whatever are not.
yeah, it's not as strong, and it's just cheaper to make new plastic. And so, these plastic, big oil and big plastic, like the companies that produce it, basically created this like convenience culture of like use something and throw it away. It's okay, it's fine, or like just use it and recycle it. And again, like I this was why the recycling man hated me, but he was like, yeah, we sell like some really high percentage of our plastics to these different companies that make stuff. And I was like, well, how do you know? And he was like,
How do you
well,
know what
they
happens
pay,
when it leaves here?
yeah, he was like, well, they pay a lot of money for it. And I was like, so, like, what is the end product? What are they making? And he was like, well, and I don't want to disparage this man because, like, maybe he doesn't know either. Like, maybe he was not ready,
That's what he was
but
told. Right.
yeah, like, he is told this. And I just was at an event for Bridwell, for example. If you've heard of them,
Mm-mm.
it's pretty cool. They're trying to do, have you heard of TerraCycle?
Yes.
Where you get the big box and you can throw all your crap in, but it's really expensive.
Hmm.
So Ridwell is the version of that where you sort it yourself and then ship your plastic wrap or your, bread
Red
loaf
tag.
tags
Yep.
away to be recycled. And one of the companies they work with is Trex. And so like one of the types of plastic, I don't remember which kind off the top of my head.
Well, there are so many.
Yeah, I think I want to say it's the stretchy kind,
Okay.
like the
Like
bread loaf.
bags and yeah, okay.
Yeah. I want to say it's that gets recycled into trucks or like something for like outdoor garden, like
Oh, is
patio
that
stuff.
like the bricks? Like the
Yeah.
okay, to make like recycled steps or boards
Yes,
and stuff like that to build
something
with?
like that. Which
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. I'm glad it's being used. And
Yep.
also, because it is outside, it is going to shed microplastics and nanoplastics like at a very high rate because of the
Right.
sun and the elements are like what causes the plastic to degrade. So it's like,
Well, we've been sold these things saying, recycle if you're doing something else with the plastic, it's better than it going in the trash. Like I was listening to a podcast episode last weekend about um fleece jackets.
mm,
A lot of fleece jackets now are made out of recycled plastic bottles, which
Yeah.
sounds all well and good. It's not in the trash, but it's also plastic on your against your body.
Yeah, I was
And it just makes
texting.
your brain hurt.
I know, I was texting someone at the same time on Instagram because she was like, "Oh, I've heard of Ridwell. Like, tell me, like if it seems legit." And I was like, "Well, they're doing this with it." And she's like, "It still sheds microplastics." And I was like, "Yeah, but they're not making like personally, I think anything that takes money away from the oil companies is
Yeah.
like a positive."
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's like there's no, even if we stopped producing every piece of plastic in the
There's still
world
so much plastic.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
there is so much of it left. And it's just like there are solutions. Like I follow all these accounts and these innovators and these people that are making like different kinds of like quote unquote plastic that would be compostable. But one, like, can they do it to scale?
Hmm.
Two, how do you get companies to spend the extra money? And like three, it's not going to be subsidized the same way. Like
Right.
our government, this is like the true
The oil
circular
companies aren't going
economy.
to support that, and that's where the money is.
Right. This is our true circular economy, right? Like we elect politicians, they get money from big oil, which funds their campaign, which means they are lenient to big oil and big plastic. And then they get more money from big oil. Like, so the money they save, by our elected officials not passing, like producer responsibility laws or banning single-use plastics outright or passing any kind of regulation or legislation, the money they save from that, they can just like dump back into their political campaign for the next cycle. So that's like the real circular economy. It's just like these, super powerful lobbyists and companies with deep pockets, like giving money to politicians' campaigns so that they don't have to be responsible for like the havoc they're wreaking on all of us.
Right. Oh my goodness. It's so
Which,
hard. It's so hard to just like, it's hard to be aware of what's happened. Like, to like go through life and be like, oh, everything's great.
yeah, and
Like it's so much knowledge and you're like, I feel like I'm gonna explode. I don't know how to be in this world.
I know. Well, the recycling plant guy, so my glasses, I have like these acrylic, and he was like, "Oh, but your glasses are plastic." And I was like, how many options of glasses like do you think I had? Like, sir,
Yeah.
I hear you, but like cool your jets. It's like we have to do with the options that we
Yep.
have.
For sure.
And like, yes, I do, like it's a two-pronged problem, right? Like we can make changes at an individual level, but also like
We need to
I
stop
don't know I
making
don't
and
know what to tell you about lenses. Like, sir,
right.
not like I okay, great. Thank you.
You are correct.
Yeah, I was like, yes, you are correct. And also,
Gotta
that was
see.
not that's not my point. Sir.
Right. Oh my
So,
goodness. Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I feel like I've said this a lot lately. Like I feel sort of like I've painted myself in a corner a little bit, like trying to avoid plastics, but also like, boycotting the people that are, not on the right side of what I believe. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to get this. I guess I either have to make it or I'd have to do without, which is cool. But at the same time, like I also it just feels hard. I'm like, I don't have enough time in the world, in the day, in the week, in the month to get everything done. And so I'm like, man, it would be so easy to just go to that store or, order it, but I don't do
yeah.
that. And even and so now with, like streaming, I'm not paying for streaming. I'm not paying for it. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary, but at the same what was it? Oh, audiobooks. I was talking to someone about audiobooks and um there's just not a lot of options
Yeah.
supporting
My
good people.
library has audiobooks. And because I live in the DC area, if anyone is
You
in the
have
DC.
lots.
If you're in Montgomery County, you can also get a DC public library card. So that
Exactly.
is like quadrupled
Yeah.
the amount of audiobooks. and ebooks that I have access to,
Yeah.
which even that is even my ebooks are delivered like through the Amazon platform, and I'm just like, ah. But that's the thing, right? Like that's what's so insidious about
Yes.
not insidious is not the right word, but it's like, so you're telling me you live in like a rural area, like you have to drive a car, like it just like what are you gonna do? Walk for 3 hours to the store? Like, no, that's ridiculous.
Right.
So, we have to like do the best,
Do the
with
best with what we have. Yeah.
I know it's such a boring, unsexy answer. It's like just do the best you can with what you have, and like it's okay. But
Yeah.
like that's
Right.
honestly
I mean,
like the
yeah,
truth.
I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, and I'm sure you don't want to sound like you're preaching like
No.
you have to do this and we all have to be perfect and this, but like we're just t sort of commiserating about the
Yeah.
options that are available if we want, we have big desires
Yeah.
and it's hard in the situation that we're in to really like I feel like I could up level my sustainable practices, but I also don't want to, it would require supporting people that I don't want to support.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, like, that's the trade-off sometimes,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
and this is like, not to like let people off the hook. Like, I hate that, like, oh, you can just do whatever because like Jeff Bezos is gonna pollute more than you. And it's like, all right, well, that's okay, fine. And also,
Right.
like, we do see the difference in companies. Like, now there's so much greenwashing. And I think a big part of the reason for greenwashing is because they are aware that people want more sustainable and like eco-friendly products. And so
Hmm.
they do the greenwash. So it's like the companies do listen, like those things do matter. But like, yeah, what you and I produce, all of the waste in our entire life is like a fraction of what Amazon or DuPont Chemical or like Coca-Cola produces in like a month. So in a
Right.
day.
Right.
So it's like, you can give yourself grace and also try to make the best choices that you can make. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I also unrelated, like I also don't pay for streaming. This is like not the one fun thing, but the fun thing about like heavy metal is like we're all a bunch of like collector nerds. So like I have records and CDs, like I have a ton of shirts, which, is a problem in its own way, but like I have so much stuff. Like honestly, I tell people and I tell like young people and I remind my friends, I'm like, yo, Spotify could go down tomorrow. Like that better not be your only source of music and podcasts and like
Yeah.
entertainment because and we've seen it happen with Netflix or like other movies. Like if they decide that movie or that TV show isn't streamed enough, it just like vanishes into the ether forever. And, we lose a lot of culture. Like we are going to lose a lot of movies and music and books and blah, whatever because, it's not streamed enough on Netflix. And I think
Right.
that's so I
Right.
think that's also a good reason to buy physical media. But again, you are buying plastic and shrink.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
you're damned if you do, kind of. Like
Yep.
can't win for losing. So you just have to do the best you can.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, I need to find like a DVD player and a CD player because I still have CDs and DVDs. I just don't have a player.
Oh, I totally have one.
I need to get one. I actually bought one at the Goodwill and I don't think it worked right or I didn't hook it up right. So it didn't work and I just brought it right back.
Yeah, I bought a shredder from Goodwill for like $8 and it worked amazingly for like 2 months.
Like a paper
Oh,
shredder?
yeah. I was like, well, all right. Like, I'll just take it to like the electronics recycling or whatever, and they can like do whatever with it. But
Wanna fix it or
yeah, I was like, well, it worked really great for shredding all the backlog of crap that needed to be shredded. So I guess that was worth the $8.
yeah. Um, oh, I had a thought and all right, so you do the library card, the library hookup for your a lot of your media. Is
I
that
love the library.
That's awesome. I have a library card, but it's a rural library, and the options are not super interesting to me, unfortunately. But
Yeah. I mean, our library, like the closest library to me is not swimming in book. Like it's the library closest to me is part of a rec center, and I think the library is not like an afterthought, but it's not the main function of this building. And so the selection is like quite small, but with my library card, I have access to the county. I can also like do library loans where they'll bring it from a different library in the county or even a different library in the state. Montgomery County, you can get a reciprocal library card with Washington, D.C.
right.
And I work out in the mornings in Washington, D.C. So all I had to do was like make a pit stop and show them my ID. And like, oh my gosh, they were so nice and like helpful in getting the second library like hooked up to Libby.
Oh,
And I think I can get another one from Alexandria, but you can get like a lot of reciprocal library cards in this area, which is like
nice.
so cool.
That's really helpful for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I think
Sorry, are
that
you
was,
jealous? Are you so
I'm
jealous?
super jealous. I'm super jealous because I have a county, I have a regional, it's a regional card. And so it doesn't hook up with Libby.
Oh.
There's another program called Hoopla, and
I
there's
do get a lot of like it'll tell me to like available on Hoopla, but not Libby. And I was like, one is it like I'm fine.
mm, I looked through and I was like, and because I'm specifically looking for audiobooks,
Mm.
but there's not a lot of interesting
Mm.
stuff available. But this is super interesting. I love, okay, so I do want to know what brand of shampoo bars you carry.
So I have dip. Those are
Okay.
my favorite. And
Yep.
as you can see, I know podcast is not the medium for this, but my hair is like purple and blue, and I've had dip, and I think it does nice things for my hair. Like it doesn't strip the color. My hair is super soft. I really like dip. I've tried a bunch of other ones, and they're all like good. Like I haven't. One of them, I had like a sampler pack from Ethos.
Okay.
Like one of them was great, but one of them like made my hair super greasy. I don't remember which was which.
In the
All
sampler pack, so you have like,
yeah.
then you've got one that you can't use and
Yeah, I mean I used it anyway. I was just like, well, whatever.
just greasy for a little while.
Yeah, just whatever. Who cares? I had one that I got at a refill store in Tennessee that was by this like local brand called All Y'all. Like that one I liked, but the dip ones like so far have been like the longest lasting. And like that just ended up being the one I prefer. But I haven't people say they have like these terrible experiences with them, but like I have really thick, like my hair underneath is like really coarse and curly, and
Mhm.
I'm greasy and sweaty, and so like all of these complaints that people have, I like have not been problems that I've experienced.
Mm.
But
I'm gonna
what
have her
one
on the
lady did
podcast.
yell at me that it
Yeah.
was too much work, and I was like, I
That
don't,
shampoo bars are too much work?
yeah. She was really, and I was like, oh, I was like, well, I just like rub the bar and then the conditioner, I just like section my hair. And she was trying to tell me her hair was thicker than mine. And I was like, no, it's really not. Like, like my hair is super thick and like, like it's curly back here. And she was like, well, I don't have time to section my hair into four pieces. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right then. Have a good day. Maybe there's some user error, but all these problems that like people report, like I have not had with
Yeah,
dip.
same. Well, I mean, I don't use dip shampoo bars yet. I have used a conditioner bar, but I'm gonna have her on the podcast soon, so
Oh,
I have to study up.
yeah, Kate's super cool. I think you'll have a good time talking to her. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I have super thick, dry, coarse hair, and I've been using shampoo bars for years, and I
Yeah,
have really had a problem.
I haven't either. And like I said, I've had a bunch. Like there was another local company here that I used to buy them from that I really liked too. And so I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I bought one. I was just telling my aunt this the other day. So I was telling you that I went to Maine in June and um I stopped at a farm store on my way to see my aunt in Massachusetts, and it's the best shampoo bar I've ever used. And I need to contact them and be like, "Can I get another one of those?" Um because it was really great. And it's a nice big bar.
Ah, love that.
Like wash my hair once a week and it's super soft and like
Ah, I love that. And I bet you, like, the owner of the store, if you emailed them, would be like so thrilled.
I bet they don't have an email.
Ah,
I've saved them in my phone. My aunt told me what store it was, and like on Google, there's a picture of the inside of the store. I'm like, that's the one. Yeah.
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I know when someone has emailed me and been like, "Oh, you had this thing," and it was like, or like, "Oh, I tried this thing," and it was like, "Yes, let me find this for you."
Yeah,
And
that's
if I don't
awesome.
have it, I'm like, I've got like three other people I can send you to you.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's so cool that so you're not like out there all on your own. There are other people. There must be a network of refilleries. Is that?
Yeah, so I was on a video chat seminar thing the other day with the Refillery Collective.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, so there's like a bunch of us. It's a little different. Like most of the people in the collective are like brick and mortar.
Mhm.
Um, Not so many people doing what I do. Although there is another, at least when
Yet.
I went to the conference, yet. There was another refillery that did delivery, but they had like a trailer. And I would love to
Yep.
have a trailer or like a food truck
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
Not currently in the cards.
Yeah. My
But I want
refill
to,
store in Maine they have a van and they go to the farmers market in my hometown
yeah,
on
see,
Saturdays.
that's so cool. So, yeah, so I want to have something like that. So it's like kind of the best of both worlds. But for the most part, it's brick and mortar. But there is like a whole network of people to talk to and to commiserate and celebrate with, as well as like I trace zero waste in Vienna. Like I met the owner at the Refillery Collective like retreat
Nice.
last 2024. Had to have been oh my gosh. It was like 10 years ago and also like yesterday. But I met her there and I send people there all the time because I'm just like, no, I believe in
Just
the
a few
mission.
hours. Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
like, yeah, like I don't need your $20. Like, I mean, I would love it, but like also if you just like buy this thing and you're gonna use it, like I don't care where you buy it from. Like, go buy it from Mala. Like, she's
Right.
great.
Yeah, I
So
mean, if you find the right product, you will go back and you'll tell your friends, and it's a customer service thing, I think. If the few things that I'm offering here in my home are not what you're looking for, here's another place where you can
yeah.
go. And then they're going to respect you a lot, and they're going to be grateful that you helped them to find exactly what they were looking for. I learned that working at a hotel.
Oh. I hope so because I'm the worst
I
salesperson.
appreciate
Like
that. Yeah.
someone will be like, "Oh, Swedish dishcloths," but I have this like, whatever like traditional dishcloths and I'm like, "Great, you don't need this. I'll see you later." Like I'm the worst salesperson. Like I can't like that's my whole shtick. I'm like, you don't need to buy stuff you don't need. So if you already
Yeah.
have,
Don't buy it if you don't need it.
then like
Exactly.
you don't like it doesn't matter that this is the eco-friendly version. Like if you have a thing that you're using, like just use that. Like don't
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
use stuff.
exactly. Um, yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, like the plan is not to get rid of everything and start fresh. It's just, a little bit at a time, ease in and try something new and see what works. And if it doesn't work, then use it until it's gone or whatever, or share it with a friend or something like
Yeah.
that. Usually there's always somebody that will be like, I'll take whatever you got.
Yeah,
Uh,
seriously. But my Buy Nothing group on Facebook,
no
I've given
problem.
away, I literally gave away I'm like an analog kind of person and I like to write letters and I just have like this pile of like stuff that I've had forever. Like it's like erasers and like the holiday sticker and all kinds of nonsense. And I was like, I'm like redecorating something and I threw all of that stuff in a bag and I was like, will someone please come like take this bag of crap that is gonna use it? And this woman was like, oh, I'm gonna put it in my like,
Be
you know,
right
yeah, she's like, oh, my church youth group. And I'm like, great, please take it out of here. So
over.
like you would be surprised. Like people will be like, I have half a pizza, and someone will be like, great, I want half a pizza.
Right. A whole pizza's too much anyway.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean it's nice and I do feel like it builds like a little sense of community. Like you know, you're
absolutely.
trading with a lot of the same people and you like
Yeah.
get to meet them and you know, so that's kind
Yeah.
of nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think the buy nothing groups are pretty genius. We don't always need to make money off of stuff. We just need less
No.
stuff.
We don't. I've been trying to lean into that like not just that like we don't need to make money on stuff, like it's okay to have hobbies. It's okay to do stuff like more slowly. Like it's okay to be bad at stuff, which like as a type A person, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Eh,"
Nuh-uh.
like
No,
it's
it's not.
ugh. But I was telling so to bring it back to refill stores, there was this article in the Washington Post, which is of course owned by Jeff Bezos, where this reporter actually went to Trace and like refilled a bunch of stuff. And the article like completely, I thought, missed the forest for the trees. She was like, I had to like talk to the people and like it took a long time. And I was like, first of all, you are writing an article. You are getting paid if it takes you 20 minutes or 2 hours. So to me, I don't care. Second of all, like if it takes you longer, like is that necessarily like a bad thing? Like that
And
you
was the
had to,
person miserable?
yeah, like that you had to talk to someone and like
Who really
ask,
likes their job? That's been my experience. The people that
yeah,
work at those places are like super educated and they're
yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, it was like, Mala is great. Like, I would love to hang out and talk to her for 2 hours. So, like, I'll trade you. And you know, like that you had to take time, that you had to like think about what you were doing and like not
And
just
maybe
on
look
autopilot.
around and see what other options are out there.
Yeah. And it's like,
Sounds
you
awful.
know, we need to go back to like, I think we need to go back to like all of this hustle, like, you know, and this
Yeah.
is the whole thing. Like, just buy the plastic and throw it away. Like, why would you want to wash a plate? Like, you're wasting 30 precious seconds where you could be generating wealth for shareholders. It's like, or,
Oh, yeah.
you
We're
know,
in
or
so
you could
deep.
wash the fork and like just have 30 seconds of that like monotonous action and then be like, okay, cool. I still have a fork. Like, I still own this.
It's
Yeah,
so
and then I
ridiculous.
was like, of course it all makes sense because the Post is owned by Bezos, so like they would much rather have you just like, you know, auto ship your whatever from Amazon.
Yeah.
So, like of
Yeah,
course it's a problem.
of course. Yeah. But well, that's too bad. But
It
hopefully
is.
it was good press for the people that really care about it. They're like, I don't mind."
Yeah, I mean, I would assume like that maybe a lot of people heard about it at least and wanted to try it out.
Right. They look at if they look it up on Instagram or whatever, they'll be like, that is so cool. Look at all those cool things.
I know, I was on a tear. I was I wrote like I did like a live video, like a newsletter, a blog post. Like I was so mad. I was like, people missed the point.
Yeah. Not the
Like,
point of this at all. Yeah. Like,
right,
how
like,
about the quality of service, the quality of the product, the fact that you're avoiding plastic, and like supporting small business.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, what is it? 68 cents of every small business, every dollar spent at a small business stays in the community versus like 24 cents or something. It's like,
Yeah, I forget the numbers, but yeah.
yeah, it's a significant amount. It's like, yeah, like people are being conscious consumers and they're choosing to support a business where like that money is gonna stay in the community and like
And not
the
generate
employees are
plastic.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, employees are gonna be paid well and they're paying sales tax in the state and they're paying, you know, state and local taxes. So the money stays here versus like sitting in someone's the hedge fund. So it's like, is it really the worst thing to like be a more conscious consumer?
Yeah. Oh gosh. It's so hard. It's so hard to hear that stuff. It really is because, these people are working so hard to make a living and to do something good, and then someone comes and just poops on it, and you're like, "Mm."
Mm, well,
Anyway, but there are definitely people that support. I'm a big supporter. I love that. Um,
well,
so
if you find your way up through Vienna, get
I
some.
might just.
There's also Filigreen is in Manassas and Fredericksburg, I want to say.
Okay. Those are like 3 hours for me.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I think Vienna is too.
if you find yourself passing through, like they're also very nice people. Like everyone I've met and like connected with has been like
Yeah.
awesome and
Yeah. Absolutely. No,
like
I'm always looking for them when I'm driving or going anywhere. I want to check them out. I went to one in Cincinnati as well. No, it was in Kentucky. Um,
yeah, I
but
went to one in Tennessee when I was like, oh, I'm going to Knoxville. I gotta go to Knoxville. And then the owner of that is now running for Congress, but she was doing like a program of like some post grad work or something like here in DC. So I got to meet her, which was like her name's Michaela, running
awesome.
for the House, I think, in Tennessee.
Awesome.
Michaela B for Tennessee. She's awesome. So if you live in Tennessee, go support her campaign. But yeah, like everyone I've met is like really cool and interesting and smart and
Yeah, same.
yeah. And that's not to say that like even people that like people have a lot of reasons for not, buying in, quote unquote, to refill. And I get that too. And it's like not to say that they aren't smart because they are,
Yeah.
but like people just have different priorities, and I
Right. I
would
mean, some
like to
people want to
convince
go,
people.
yeah, some people want to go into a store, say, this is what I want, and then not talk to them and just pick up their stuff and walk out, and that's, whatever. But I am not that person. I want to go in, I want to hear what their new favorite product is, what and why. And, this is what I've been using. I'm not really loving it. Is there anything similar? But maybe, I've tried out different scents and stuff of cleaners and oh my gosh, the deodorant creams, the refillable deodorant. Oh my gosh. I could just like go on and on. I tried them all.
I ended up getting the Silver Falls Sustainability baking soda free one because it turns out that I was allergic to the baking soda one, which I found out the hard way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yikes.
I had a horrible rash.
Well,
So
I mean, baking soda could cause dementia anyway.
what everything's gonna
I
like
know.
this is like okay, so my joke about like it's like why we don't have more studies, why we don't, part of the reason we don't fully understand like how microplastics affect the body. I said this as a joke, and it's actually true, is that there is no human born alive today that is not like pre-filled with microplastics. So there's no control group.
Right.
So there's no way to isolate, isolate out what could be caused by microplastics versus what could be caused by something else because
Right.
like
It's already there.
it's already there. Like it's in like testes, it's in breast milk, it's in placentas. Like so as soon as a baby is born, like they're already finding microplastics in like baby poop, which God bless the people studying that, I guess, but they're already finding and like now that we're cutting all of this research, the research arms of the United, like we're just going to be so left behind in understanding how this affects human bodies and like
Right.
what, if anything, can we do to offset it?
Yeah. I mean, we just have to hope that there's such a momentum already in the, not necessarily even in the research, but just like we understand plastic is bad. Microplastics are bad. We've got to stop with the plastic. Like I'm hoping that the momentum is strong enough and going just going strong enough that we're just going to keep going and not like be affected. Like, no, I'm not going back to using plastic.
Yeah.
Like I'm still going to cut out as much plastic as I can. Like no
Yeah.
matter what happens. So, I'm just hoping that there are enough people that are not like, oh, it's okay to use it now. I'm gonna go use plastic.
Right. And like what kind of gets me, if I want to make like a capitalist argument here, like, is it so much like, so the way that people will be like, oh, Big Pharma doesn't want you to know this because they want to have a monopoly. And it's like, okay, but if that did work, like what would stop Big Pharma from buying it and patenting it and selling it back to you? Right. And so I think the same about like the people that make plastic is it's like, well, there's all these alternatives. So like why won't DuPont or like someone else, Exxon, Chevron, whatever, big oil, big plastic, like buy one of these companies that's making an alternative and like make the alternative and face up like you could be like a hero
Mhm. I did
and you would
hear,
control the market. You would have a like build it up to scale and then you control the market and you have a monopoly on this like unique product that more and more people are seeing the necessity for and
right,
wanting and like don't mind maybe paying 5 extra cents for.
right. Yeah,
But I don't know. I'm not in these people's brains, so I don't know.
yeah. I don't understand it enough to, I try to not understand that.
I I mean, I understand and I just am like
Right. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I think like again, if the goal was I'm sure you're the same, like the goal for me in life is to have a planet that is one where like everybody can be successful, everybody can thrive, nature is flourishing. We're all getting along, at least mildly tolerating each other. Like we
Oh, I
can
have that written down, this quote of yours from the website.
but
I
like it's
believe one way we serve the world is by listening to one another's, oh, I can't read my writing, one another's stories and developing empathy and compassion for ourselves and others.
yeah. So like I want to live in this world, and then these people are living in the world where it's like line go up. It's like, oh, that's all. And
Then what? Yeah.
it's frustrating to want to live in a compassionate world when all the powers that be are just like, no, but the line, like it's got to go up.
Right. Right.
Like, right, but if we took like just this much of that money and like, sprinkled it around and like the line would go up for longer, but maybe not as steep. And they're like, no, the line has to go up. Like, okay, well,
Up as much as possible. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, well, I see we are at an impasse.
Yeah.
That's
We're just not going to understand each other.
we're just not like I'm speaking the financial like you can make a fiscal argument for like a lot of things, right? Like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but then our profits will only go up at like a tenth of a point instead of a
400.
quarter of a
Yeah.
point or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, great.
It doesn't register with me. Yeah. Uh,
No.
so, I mean, if what does the word sustainability mean to you, like personally?
Personally, like to me, sustainability is about using what you have, you know, fixing things, mending, trading, bartering, gifting, like shopping secondhand, like doing things in a way that you can continue to do them without causing, as little additional harm as possible. Like we're all causing harm, right? Like that's
Pretty
that's
much.
part of living in the society we live in. Like that's you're causing harm to the planet and others because that's, the society. But to try to live in a way that's slightly less damaging, that's a little gentler and kinder to like yourself and others and the people and the trees and the plants and the animals around you.
Yeah.
Um, it's been great for my wallet, like honestly, like I don't buy like stuff
Right.
anymore,
Yeah.
which is great. Um,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
unfortunately, yeah, that shopping joy has to come from like, and again, like, oh, I'm gonna get my protein powder because whatever, like I'm in the cutting phase and I'm gonna go to the bulking and all that comes in plastic too. But whatever. Now I have to get my shopping joy out of like choosing a new protein flavor. But but I mean, I guess that's better than buying like a Shein haul of 500 things and telling everyone else to go buy 500 things from Shein. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to minimize my damage as much as possible.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay. And so if somebody is inspired and wants to look you up and find more about From Here to Home Essentials and learn more about what you're doing, Lindsay, how would someone find you?
I am at FromHereToHomeEssentials.com. I am at From Here to Home Essentials on all the Meta properties. I am From Here to Home Essentials at gmail.com. Basically, but you have to type in the whole From Here to Home Essentials because if you just type in Home Essentials,
You're gonna get a
I,
store. Yeah.
I don't know where you're going. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Right.
But if you look up From Here to Home Essentials, or my full name, Lindsey Turnbull, I'm around. I'm always happy to talk about eco-friendly stuff. Or if you want to start a refillery, or you want to,
Start
try
one
a
out of
new
your home or
start a new delivery refillery. If you want to know about like maybe what products you should carry to start, or you just like want to ask me a question about something, like I'm always happy to hear from people. It's very exciting when I get an
yeah.
email that's not like
Yeah.
a robot.
Right? Yeah. And I mean, so if you and also if you're in the area,
Yes, I live in Wheaton, Maryland.
okay,
And the zip
just
codes,
outside of DC.
yeah, it's just outside of DC. I'm right on the red line. I have three free pickup locations, one in Bethesda, one in Olney, and one in Gaithersburg. And I also deliver for free for zip code 20901, 20902, and 20910. So that's like the lower Montgomery County is like my jam.
That's cool. I love the delivery thing. And I definitely encourage you guys to check out her Instagram, From Here to Home Essentials. Her feed is pretty good, and what she's offering is
Thank you. If you want more rants, my newsletter is like I just yell about stuff.
well,
But all
there's a
that
lot to yell about
information,
lately.
there's a lot to yell about. I try to keep it,
Positive.
yelly but optimistic.
Yep. Yeah, I hear that.
It's hard. Sometimes I scream into a pillow and then I go, like we do the best we can.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, very cool, Lindsay. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us. I love the idea of doing it out of your house with less overhead, and offering the free delivery is got to be a game changer for people in the area.
Thank you.
And definitely something that I will be thinking about.
Yeah, please do. I mean, hey, if you want to start your own, again, happy to talk.
For sure.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thanks for spreading the word.
Absolutely. Thank you.